Hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my class again today. In our last class, we looked at control flow, and I told you that was an introduction. So today, I'm going to break them down. So we are just going to look at the if keyword today. Now, Python decision-making functionality revolves around the if keyword, the elif, and the else keyword. Now, the if keyword is expecting a Boolean expression. So followed by a colon symbol that will start an indented block of code if the expression is true. And if the expression is false, the Python interpreter is just going to bypass that block of code and then interpret the next line of code that is not inside the if statement. So we are going to look at the flowchart and then we are going to look at an example today to see how the if keyword is used for decision making. Because you can write a sequential line of code. That's for a simple program. But we want the program to have its own mind to decide based on certain condition what next to do. So that is what we want to see in this class today. So let's get right in. Okay. Now, this is the flowchart for if statement. As you can see, you have the if condition. If the condition is true, this is the condition. If condition is true, then conditional code will be executed. If the condition is false, nothing is going to be done. That is for the if statement. This is the same thing. This is just another way of designing it. Program start here. True or false test. True. Do something here. And if it is not true, program carries on here. That is basically this drawing. Okay, so we are going to look at an example. Now, let's take an example. Say you maybe in a restaurant. You are saying that if your customer purchases anything that is 2,000 naira and above, you will give that customer 10% discount, right? But anything below that, it is that value the customer is going to pay for. So we are going to write a program to demonstrate that using the if statement. So this is the flow chart that I designed for that. Now, this is main. This is discount. You are going to create a variable and assign 0 to it. And then the amount will be given. It will check here. If the amount is greater than 2,000, if it is true, then you will now calculate 10% of that amount and then reassign it to discount. Then the final output will now be amount minus discount. But if it is false, this will not be done. So it is the amount minus discount, and discount is what? 0. So it is the full amount that we are going to see. So we are going to write a program to demonstrate this. That is what I'm going to show to you. So let's go to the PyCharm and then write a program that will actually run this. All right. So we are going to write a program to demonstrate what I just said now. Now, the first thing we'll do is we'll declare a variable called discount. Discount. And we assign 0 to it. So we are assigning 0 to a variable called discount. The way I wrote that flowchart, okay, first, let me assign a value to it, and then I can equally change it by expecting the user to input the value. Then I will declare another variable called amount, right? And I will say 2,000. Or let me put it this way. Let me request an input from the user. Now, if I say input, here I can type enter amount. Then here I will say if amount is greater than 2,000, right? This is the colon symbol that is going to start the indented block of code. Now, watch. By the time I press my enter button, it's not going to bring this my cursor to the beginning of if. It's going to bring it at the middle here. That is indentation. This is it. So it's telling you that anything I type here now is a block of code that is going to be executed. If this expression is true, it will enter and execute it. So if amount is greater than 2,000, then um, I'm going to calculate 10% discount. So amount will be amount multiplied by 10 divided by 100. But whatever I get, I'm going to reassign it to discount. So here will be discount equals to amount multiplied by 10 divided by 100. Now, this is what is going to give me. This is what I want it to do. Give a discount of 10%, right? Now, I will come here. I don't want anything again in that block of code. So I'm going to begin here. Now, I'm going out of the if statement. Then I will type print I'll say print net amount I'll say equals to. So I'll say net amount equals to, that will now be this amount minus discount. Okay, so I can write it this way. Now, I assign 0 to discount at the beginning. Then my amount, I'm also saying input, enter amount. If amount is greater than 2,000, then go in and calculate 10% of 2,000. Now print out net amount equals to amount, which is what you entered here, minus this discount. Because it's going to calculate it and reassign it to discount. So discount will no longer be 0. And then print net amount, which is a string literal, just like this, equals to amount minus discount. Now, if I run this and I put a value, it's going to throw me an error because whatever I'm going to input, any input statement from in Python is always in a string. Now, you cannot do a comparison of a string value to what? An integer. So I have to convert this to integer. I need to typecast it. So I'll say int. And I'll come here and I'll cover this. So whatever it is that I supply, which is in a string, which is in string, will have to be converted to integer. Then this my if statement can now compare that integer value as against this value and then calculate this value and then give me this output. So the only program that is going to execute, the code that is going to execute, if this Boolean expression is true, will be this one. This one will be executed. So if amount is greater than 2,000, go in and calculate this. So this colon symbol is going to start this code. That is what it's doing. So now I'm going to execute this program. So it will ask me to enter amount. So I click here. So you see, it's asking me to enter amount. So I'm going to enter 2005, right? And then I'll press enter. So you see, net amount is 2,250. So it has calculated the discount and then giving me the net amount, which is what? 2,250. If I wanted to also show me the discount, I can come in here and say print. So I'm still inside the if statement. I can come in here and say print. I can come here and say print discount. Or I will say discount. All right. So what I want is when you evaluate this expression, if it is true, go in and calculate the discount. then print that discount for me before you come out and print out the net amount. So it's going to also print out the discount here when I supply the value. So I'm going to execute this again. Now it's asking me to enter amount. So I will enter 2,500. Enter. So you see the discount equals to 2,250. And then the net amount is 2,250. So if I don't want that space, I can reduce it by bringing this here. So if I put 3,000, I enter. So it's telling me that the 10% of 3,000 is 300. So the net amount that I'm giving to the person, that the person is going to pay is what? 2,700. Now let's change the value to less than 2,000. Now I execute this again. So I'll put 1,800. Now press enter. See, the net amount is 1,800. Why? Because it's going to check this expression to evaluate it. Amount is greater than 2,000 is false, is not true. So because it's not true, the pattern interpreter will not enter this place to execute this block of code. The pattern interpreter will bypass this and then come to this print statement. This one is the same line with this, meaning is the next line of code that should be executed if this expression is false. So it's going to come here and print net amount equals to amount minus discount. The discount initially is 0. So net amount equals to amount, which is what? 1,800 minus 0. So the person is going to pay 1,800. There will be no discount calculated. If I run this again, I put 2,000. See, net amount is 2,000. Why? Because this expression that I gave here, this Boolean expression, is saying amount is greater than 2,000. But if I want you to include 2,000 from 2,000 and above, then I will have to come here and say greater than or equals to. Greater than or equals to. When I run this again and I put 2,000, see, it's going to calculate what do you call it? The discount, 10% discount, which is 200. And the amount the person is going to pay is what? 1,800. So I can just change this. This is the decision. So the program is making a decision based on the value that I supply. So when you go to any restaurant to buy anything or you go to a supermarket to buy anything, this is what happens. So you have a little program like this that is inside the system doing that job of giving you a discount when the value is at a particular price. When the price is at a particular value, that is what has been written down. So that is just the simple program I want to show you using the if statement. So if you found this helpful, please don't forget to share my video and then don't forget to click on the like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you have not followed me on my Facebook page, also do so. Thank you very much. See you in my next video.